Hi, folks, and welcome back to another new day. And as I've said repeatedly, that just doesn't happen. Look, in these times, it's a struggle every day, and you're doing well if you've got here for another day. So, well done, you. Give yourself a pat in the back. We're moving on now. In the past couple of videos, we looked at both passive and aggressive anger, which is, the indirect stuff, and all the different ways that we do that, particularly the internalized stuff that ends up hurting ourselves, the passive anger, or the aggressive stuff where we can do serious, serious damage to enough. A lot of those people are out and about there, particularly those we're closest to, family and friends. Um, we're going to move on now to managing anger assertively, and that's the bit with us that we have the capacity to do it in a healthier way. And the different ways we can do that is being certainly by being direct. So, being able to say exactly what it is and make our behavior visible and open. And with our body language is the same, not protected, but they're trying to be supportive of people and being able to say very openly and honestly what it is, and talk directly to the person that we need to talk to. And in our video, we'll give you a kind of template about how that can be done. Um, Old-fashioned words like trying to be honourable, so making a sense that there is something you would like to say, and there's a reason for that. Of course, you have to understand what that is, and this is part of what this course is about. Um, it is ensuring that you never use manipulation or emotional blackmail, or that you try to abuse the other person's human rights, or physically or verbally, or that you don't use your authority or size or power to try and make them feel weaker or defenseless, or feel fearful. Always to take responsibility for your own actions, and not in any shape, form, or fashion say it's your fault, you drove me to it, or you deserve this. Um, it is about being focused, so sticking to the point, not confusing things with red herrings or bringing something up from the past to try and say, well, that was my reason or rationale for doing it. It is about being persistent, so being able to have a conversation, sometimes over a period of time, which can be very difficult. And again, we'll talk about that in a later video. Um, Taking risks, open and saying things, leaving yourself, vulnerable in some sense, with maybe a short-term discomfort for a better gain on up the line. Um, to be able to, sometimes if you have that open conversation, to be, risk the displeasure of others. It's never easy for any of us to hear things about ourselves that we don't want to hear, but it's important we hear it to be able to at least think about and begin to change that. Um, it is about, as I say, owning up to your own experiences and differences. Um, Sometimes it's about taking the lead. It's about being, dynamic and energetic, but also show that you're caring and protective and enthusiastic towards others. You have to, might, think a lot quicker, um, come up with new ideas and new ways to look at things, and um, but more importantly, be forgiven, and that's also a willingness to hear people, and where they're coming from. But it's important that after, you do have this conversation, that you let go of that stuff, so it doesn't always be there, just ready to be dragged back up again. Talked in our videos about letting stuff go, that, letting go or forgiveness or moving on is not about saying it didn't happen, or it didn't matter, or it wasn't, it didn't have the impact it had. But it is about recognizing that if we hold on to it, we do ourself damage. And even with those resentments and hurts, we can end up hurting others because of the way we feel. So it's important that we get a chance to look at that. As I've said repeatedly, we do this course. You're welcome to contact us, and we can talk you through it. But it is important that we take responsibility for the actions of it. As I say, we call this an anger awareness program, not management. The only person manages you or ourselves is us. The best we can do is give you an awareness of what it is and where it comes from, and more importantly, a real sense of maybe when we do behave in ways that are indirect, whether that be passively or aggressively, that we end up doing great harm to others. And so we have the opportunity to reflect on that and change that. So I leave you with that today. And again, as I repeatedly say, talk gently to yourself, be caring and loving to yourself, and be caring and loving to those around you as well, and talk gently to them too. And we'll all get through this. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a good day. Talk soon.